Hello there. I'm back with another razor for the wet shaving group. This one is marked uh, Tonsorial Gem, made in Germany. On the other side, it's Panhandle BS Company, so I presume that's Panhandle Barbershop Company, Moundsville, West Virginia. Very cool little razor, beautiful, beautiful, very, very gentle smile on the edge. Spine wear and edge wear look excellent on this razor. I'm going to show you pictures of the edge at the center, and then the other picture will be about right here on the edge. So I'll do that now. The general condition of the edge is, as you saw at the center, those little chips, and they're actually little. The largest is 2.5 1/100ths of a millimeter. That's 25 microns. And so they're actually pretty small. I'm going to try to do this with my Nakayama stone. The owner of this requested a Jnat edge, so I'll be using the Nakayama Maruka Shohonyama stone, and I'll be doing my Nagura, followed by my Coma, followed by Tomo, and then probably Soapy water. So I have a Nagura slurry on the stone right now. I have a fairly thick slurry because I'm not going to kill the edge. I'm going to let the slurry remove fatigued metal from the edge and narrow those chips. I'm gonna show you that when I'm done. So I'm just gonna whale away here for a little bit. Using the slurry, doing what you see me doing here. A little bit of, because I'm trying to remove some material, but again, you know, ideally up here, and I am kind of biasing the curve a little bit. But anyway, by biasing the curve, I mean I'm gently allowing pressure to follow that curve. Anyway, I'm going to go like this for a while. I only have 2.5 1/100ths of a millimeter to remove in this area, so that's not a lot. I'm pretty sure the slurry can do it no problem. And so what I'll do is I'll come back to you when I'm a little further along here. All right. So I've only been going for a couple of minutes here. The slurry itself has grayed just a little bit. But I'm liking the way it feels on the stone, and it's time for or we can do a sharpness test, and then we can go take a look at the progress on the edge, because that's first we want a clean edge. Even if it was sharp, I want to make sure that the whole edge is clean. You could shave with that kind of an indent, but I'm not going to let the razor leave my place like that. All right, I need to pause, go find some packing peanuts, and I'll be right back. Okay, well, we didn't do a test but before starting, but let's do a test now just to see where we are with Chew Nagura, and where we are is looking very good. Brand new, freshly minted, sorry, I have a hard time orienting these things, but a brand new, freshly minted packing peanut here. This is a fairly dense one, so this edge is very, very good already off the chew. Let me go see what the condition of that area looks like. Okay, I've just shown you the edge at this point. Let's see. No, I showed you the edge here from this angle. And then I showed you the edge at so here and at the center. The condition at the center that you see is the condition at the rest of the edge. The issue that we had at this point is almost entirely taken care of. I didn't even bother to measure issues that the tiny chip that's there that remains, that can easily be taken out with the Coma slurry. I'm just doing a few more passes here on this stone, with this slurry to try to get a little bit better. I'd like to see a little better handling of the slurry. There we go. I just want to see a little bit of the slurry come up over the edge. The slurry's thin now. I thinned it when I came back, and I feel like something like this will, or should probably just clean up that area that you saw. The heel looks good, but I tend to put a lot of emphasis on getting the heel and toe right. That's actually partly why I show you pictures of the center. When I hone, generally the condition at the center that you see is the worst. Also because of the way I move pressure. Some of this is, I'm holding the razor here, so if I'm dragging it, there's a tendency to always put a little bit more pressure where I'm holding it. So the heels tend to be in good shape and the toes tend to be in good shape. And on my razors, I worry more about the center of the razor. So that's why I show you microscope images at the center. Normally that's my worst work. All right, I'm getting the kind of flow I want here. I'm sure that area is cleaned up. Let's move on to the Coma nagura. I'm going to pause while I build that. Okay, I'm back. Just finished building the slurry. Can feel immediately that it's a finer abrasive. The stone is, this stone is not, the base stone is not as hard as my Izuku stone. This Nakayama is not as hard. But nonetheless, I can feel the difference in the fineness of the slurry on the surface of the stone. Feels great. And I know from experience that the Tomo slurry on this stone just feels like magic. Continuing to honor the slight smile that's in this razor. I bet this one's going to be well, actually, like all the others I've done, I bet this is going to be a great shaver. Okay, something changed right there. All of a sudden I can, it's effortless now. I have zero edge bias. I'm simply moving the razor along the stone because the edge is, I don't know what happened there. I had the recording stop. I have a little monitor over here and I just happened to notice that it was no longer recording. So all I did was check kind of where I was when it stopped, and then otherwise I've just picked up again. You can see I've thinned the slurry out a little bit because I want to see I want to get the effect of a slightly thinner slurry. So this would be a greater mix between the underlying abrasive on the stone and the Coma slurry, nagura slurry. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We'll spin it just to spin it. This is more about, you know, edge wear really. I mean, edge wear on the stone. It's good to spin them. They do wear. So that the advantage of this is that when you flatten, you're not having to bring down one side much more than the other. And it helps you from, when you flatten, getting it flat at an angle. Yeah, this is very, very nice. Probably much of what I'm doing here is unnecessary, but it feels good. Because of I've mentioned this before, I believe, and I don't really know, I believe that it's a lot harder to overhone on a natural stone than it is on a synthetic stone because of the variation in abrasive size. All right, let's check. I'd be surprised if it's duller, but I've been wrong many times before. Now that's really, really good. We're already in extremely good shape. I feel, I'm kind of excited to do the test shave with this little razor. I think it's going to be excellent. So that's excellent result at this stage. I'm going to pause again, raise a Tomo slurry, and then I'll be back. Okay. The Tomo slurry was raised with my extra fine DMT stone. So let's get going. As always, that has changed slightly the surface of the stone. So it'll be a couple of seconds here before I get back the kind of behavior that I expect. There it is, starting to come right now in terms of the way the slurry flows over the edge, but I'm getting that. Probably could use a tiny bit. There we go. Look at that. Looking good. Feeling amazing. This is a pretty hard stone, but not. It's an excellent finishing stone, but it's It's it definitely has some wonderful kind of velvety feedback to it that the Izuku does not have. The Izuku has great feedback in terms of information, but this is that sort of hypnotic thing that you get with natural stones. This stone just happens to feel the information coming through the edge is a little bit mesmerizing. You know, it's good information. You know, I can feel the edge and all, but it feels really good when you. This is odd to talk about. You sort of have to become addicted to honing in order to get this. So I'm talking to the few folks who watch these videos who actually know, you know, who already, they're not learning anything from me. They already know what they're doing. Like me, they waste their time watching YouTube videos about things they already know. Look at that. Unbelievable. Super nice. Don't think I need to go any further. It would be nice. I could do that all day, but I don't think I need to go. My general impression, yeah, look at that. Wow. Yeah, this is super good. Super good. We're absolutely, and heel and toe are absolutely pushing to the cloud. This is one of the denser. These polystyrene packing peanuts have kind of a variation in density. Slight. This is one of the denser ones, and the denser ones are a little bit harder to break the skin. So this one will have a density similar to the peanut I use for my my in the pink stupid routine that I do. So yeah, that's just absolutely terrific coming off the Tomo. So I'm gonna clean up, get a little soap stuff going, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got a little thin film of soapy solution here. This should be the final frontier for this razor. I've got pressure back on the spine, not on the apex, so negative edge bias maybe would be a good way to say that. Just trying to make sure I do the minimum that I can to get the back of the bevel polished a little bit. Most of the time we're focused on the apex, but narrowing the back of the bevel, or at least doing a tiny bit of polishing, could conceivably affect your feel. Certainly, I have no idea whether it does. It's just something I do. So yeah, movement here is absolutely terrific. Even with the additional lubrication from the soap suds, I've got the stone yanking on the razor. This is why I'm slowing down. I generally use glycerin and soapy water instead of water so that the lubrication is increased. I feel that stopping when the stone kind of grabs the razor I think that might be a false positive. I think the stone might have more that it can give. I'm not the only one. I mean, there's a lot of sharpeners who believe what I do. Anyway, that's why I tend to use a lubricant. Soapy water, glycerin are the two I typically use. Because I want to see if the stone can give me a little more, and I think it does. It's feeling really, really good. the movement under the, you can't see it at this point. I have the solution. I've been dumping solution off, and the solution is very, very thin, but it's just easily popping up over the edge, which is what you want to see. I admit that I'm pushing this a little bit. This might be, it's a Jnat edge, and they tend to be very, very comfortable. But I might be creating this more for me than for the owner. So if this feels, I'll let you know. I'm going to do a shave test. I always do. I don't trust myself to send these things out without a shave test. All right, let's test. I don't expect it to have gone backwards, but you know, stranger things have happened. Okay, here we are. No, didn't go backwards. Wow. It's very, very, very good on the denser packing peanut. All right, I'm gonna go take a look, make sure that the edge is what I think it is, and I'll be back. Okay, here for the final hurrah. I have just shown you a picture of the edge after the Coma, then Tomo, then Soapy water on Nakayama. I've shown you what the edge looks like there. After that, I did 25 or 20 laps on the fire hose linen strop. I just did 40 laps on the steer hide leather strop. And so here we are for our in the pink final test. And yes, we are fully into push into the cloud territory here. This is going to be I would be immensely surprised if this isn't a terrific shave. So I will come back after the shave and summarize. This is the only razor I'm doing today. That's why I cleaned up. I've got, after talking to you, I've got Formula One to go and stream. I don't watch them live. I stream them later so that I can get drinks and munchies and things because, you know, I'm an American. That's what we do. We eat and watch TV on Sunday. Anyway, I'll talk to you in a moment. So this is what the center of the razor looked like right after stropping. And I'm back after the test shave, which was, as predicted, was terrific. This is truly a tonsorial gem of a razor, as have all of the other razors I've been fortunate to do this month that aren't mine. You know, I'd asked that people send me razors that were in good shape, and they did. I haven't had to do any significant fixes on razors, and that because that takes time. Anyway, the shave was great. Wonderful little sports car of a razor. I used 345 soaps undercut, which is a Formula One term. I used the razor, obviously, this Tonsorial Gem. I used a True Fit and Hill silver tip badger brush, mostly because the handle matches the soap label. Then I used 345 soap undercut aftershave. All of this is, of course, because I'm streaming Formula One. You might be wondering, what does the edge look like after a test shave? So I'm going to show you that now. And then so you can see that the edge looks maybe even better after a test shave. That's because I stropped it on Kaniyama canvas followed by Kaniyama Cordovan leather. So the edge is in terrific shape. It's easily got 31 more in it as far as I'm concerned. And I hope that the owner of this razor gets a lot of enjoyment from this honing. Anyway, thank you for watching. As always, feel free to ask questions or leave comments. I've got some TV to go watch, and I will see you in the next one.